Hello, everyone. This is Brian Parham with the Rock Dojo, get a black belt in rock guitar. I'm here with one of my really good friends and musical mentor, J Stuart Fessant, and he's telling me about dominant chords because we were just having a conversation. I'm studying blues guitar, and I was telling him how B.B. King on Calypso Jazz hits this beautiful augmented chord at the end of the turnaround over the 5 chord. And so Stu was just giving me some gold regarding dominant 7th chords. So I'm just going to shut up and pass the mic.
Okay. All right. So dominant chord, because dominant chords, the idea of a dominant chord is it wants to resolve. It's a 5 chord. It's got the flat 7. It wants to resolve to a 1 chord. I mean, it goes all the way back to classical music and even Baroque, and it still is. It's in the blues. It's everywhere. So that dominant chord is the most flexible place to go to try other notes and to try to tell other kinds of stories by using different notes. So one thing you can do is you can use a diminished scale over it. If you and I'm talking about a whole step diminished scale, meaning that you're going whole step, half step, whole step, half step, as opposed some people talk about the other diminished scale, which is half step, whole step, half step. But so this is whole step, half step, and you build that on the flat 9 or the half step above. So if you have a G7 chord and you hit a diminished scale starting on A flat, you're still going to hit the notes in the chord. You're going to hit all the notes in the chord, but you're going to have other notes in between. And if you resolve those other notes in between, you're still going to get a great sound. So if you land on the chord tones and everything, you're set. It's going to sound great. Another thing you can do is you can play a jazz melodic minor built on that same note on the flat 9. So again, it'd be an A flat harmonic minor and melodic minor. And that melodic minor, the only difference between a melodic minor or a jazz melodic minor and a major scale is you lower the 3rd. So that's going to also give you some interesting color tones in there as well. And of course, you have to experiment with it to get it the way you want. Another thing you can do is, you're talking about the 5 chord G7. Well, the 4 chord in that key is F. If you play an F minor, the like F minor half scale, that's going to give you a flat 9 and a sharp 9. That gives you an interesting sound. And you can even do a on the flat. Oh, that covers it. Yeah. So I mean, those are all things you can do. Oh, one other thing you can do is you can play a whole tone scale, and that's where you can get that augmented sound. You can play a whole tone scale over that. So like if you're on a G7, play a whole tone scale. It's going to give you a flat 5, which is a kind of a bluesy sound, but then it also gives you a flat 13, which is kind of cool sounding over a 5 chord. And of course, a steady diet of any of these is going to be too much, but as a way to add a little spice in there or add a little bit of, harmonic stuff, another way to express yourself, it's a great way to go. And the thing is, you don't necessarily want to throw out anything that you're already doing that you like. You just want to add things, add different places to go and have a way to get there and a way to think about it so you can get back and not have to stop and think about where you are and everything. But you just sort of, I'm going to add this in. Okay. And then think about how it sounds if you like it, and, keep it in. If you decide, I got to try something else, try something else. It's like food. Just eat what you like. And, if you don't like sprouts, don't buy them at the store.
Fantastic. So I just want to make sure I understood that. So over the 5 chord, dominant 5 chord, you can play. What was it? You can play an augmented or a diminished scale starting on the flat 9. So if you're in G7, so you start on A flat and you play either augmented or like the whole, you were saying the whole tone scale, or you can play the diminished scale, the whole half, that diminished scale, starting on the flat 9. And then you were saying on the 4 chord you can play, and I think you were saying you can play the half whole symmetrical.
Well, that'd be the 4 chord would be the minor half scale.
I guess I don't know that one. The minor half. Is it just the minor, like Aeolian, and half of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just 1 to 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Aeolian or Dorian, either one. It's the same.
Because you don't have the 6.
And the whole tone scale actually starts on the root.
Oh, the whole tone. Okay, that's
right. The melodic minor and the diminished are the ones that start on the flat 9.
Great. Well, there you have it. And to actually hear this in action, the song that actually precipitated this whole conversation was B.B. King's Calypso Jazz. It's an amazing, amazing song. I've been studying blues guitar really in depth, and I think it's on the 2nd chorus. You're going to hear something that just sounds so incredible. And now your job is to figure it out. Was he playing the diminished scale over the 5 chord? It's over the 5 chord. It's at the turnaround, right? So was he playing the diminished scale? Was he playing the whole tone scale, starting on the root? What was he doing? So you tell us. Anyways, thank you so much, Stu. I'm going to hit stop record.